Hello, grade 8. How are you today? I hope you all are safe and well. Today we will study about boosting your immunity. How can we increase our immunity? Boosting means increasing or growing or improving our immunity. So this would be the last lesson, inshallah, and let's have a quick review about what we have learned previously. So we studied about defense against diseases. We mentioned some diseases before we studied about diseases, and then we said the mechanism of defense against these diseases. So we said our skin keeps the most of these microbes out of the body, but if they got into the body, the immune system will destroy them. We said the harmful microorganisms, we call them pathogens, and if the pathogens invade our body and they will be attacked by the white blood cells, and some white blood cells can make antibodies that help to destroy these pathogens. So today we will learn about how can we increase our immunity to fight these diseases. So open your books on page 152. Grab your highlighters and follow me. Boosting your immunity. Pathogens. Pathogens can use your tissues as food and fill your body with toxic waste. So pathogens are harmful microorganisms. So they can make you sick, and some pathogens can kill people. So when they get inside the body, they can reproduce quickly, and they can fill the body with waste product. These waste products are toxic, and one or more microorganisms can do much harm, but they grow and reproduce very quickly. They can double their numbers in less than half an hour. So 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, and very soon they are millions. Your immune system needs to destroy them before their numbers get too large. So these bacteria can split themselves in two bacteria cells. So in less than half an hour, they can multiply themselves, or they can reproduce by splitting themselves to increase the number and attack the body tissues and the cells also. So how can the body destroy them? The body should detect and their location, or locate their place where they are, and they should send antibodies or send white blood cells to kill them, to destroy them. So how can the body, or how can the antibodies do this? Antibodies. Every microorganism is different. Each set of antibodies is specially made to fit the pathogen. So when our body is making the antibodies, these antibodies will be made to fit one kind of pathogen, or to be suitable for this pathogen, or to be special for one pathogen. So not all the antibodies like each other. So if they are like each other, in this case they cannot destroy other different pathogens. So that's why they should be different. The first time a new pathogen infects you, white cells take about a week to make the right antibodies. So if this is like this time is too long for 1 week, and these bacteria, we said they can multiply in less than half an hour. So how can the body destroy them? So this delay gives the pathogen time to build up its number. So less than half an hour will be million, and this can destroy many tissues. The pathogens can make you feel very ill, but your immune system usually destroys them eventually. So that's why if you are feeling sick, or if you are sick because of any pathogen, virus or bacteria, your body will start to fight, but not at the right time, because first you will get fever. That means there is something is wrong with your inside your body, and your body is trying to make this right or suitable or special antibodies for this for these pathogens, but it takes time to build it, so, or to make it. So that's why people can feel ill, and they are helping themselves by taking vitamin C to increase the immunity. They can take hot drinks. They can drink a lot of water also to help themselves to decrease the symptoms or to fight this pathogen. Antibodies only last a few days, but white blood cells remember how to make them. So if you got a cold, or if you caught a cold, or if you have any kind of infections, your body or white blood cells will make these antibodies, special antibodies for the pathogens that you got. So when you are feeling better, or if you are cured from this disease, you will not get it next time. That's because the white blood cells can make or can remember how to make the antibodies quickly next time. So if you got the disease again, or if you got the infection again, your body will not be affected, because the white blood cells are fighting them immediately and making antibodies immediately. If the same pathogen returns, they make these antibodies straight away, so the pathogen is destroyed before it has time to reproduce, and you don't get ill. You are immune to the disease it causes. So that's why if people got or caught cold or flu in winter, they will usually they're not getting this infection again during the same season, because these already have immunity against the cold or against this flu. Vaccination. We all heard about something called vaccination or vaccine against diseases, and we all got it since we were born. So it's like injection. Okay, it's an injection with the serum, with the vaccine that can make your body to make antibodies against many diseases. So it's very important to protect the body by these vaccines. So it will start to get you will start to get these vaccines since the moment that you are born. This child is being immunized, made immune to disease. So how can they make immune or to a disease, for special diseases? So this syringe contains vaccine. The one that the doctor is holding, this contains vaccine. So what is this vaccine? How can they make this vaccine? So in order to make your body make antibodies against a special disease, they have to take a pathogen, very weak pathogen, not active or not strong pathogen, so they will not get you or make you ill or sick. So they have to get very weak pathogen or damaged or dead pathogen and inject this pathogen inside your body. First time it will get in your body and circulate in your blood, the white blood cells will be very fast to locate, or will be warned to locate the location of of this pathogen, which is like something weird or something different or dangerous got inside the body, so they will start to locate it and they will start to make antibodies against this disease. So if you exposed to infection next time, you will not be sick and you will be immunized against special or these diseases that you had vaccination of them. Vaccines are weak or damaged pathogens. They can't make you ill, but your white cells still make antibodies to fit them. So this is a definition of a vaccine. So if I told you to or asked you to define vaccine, you will say it's a weak or damaged pathogen that cannot make the body sick or the person sick, but the white blood cells or the white cells still make antibodies to fit them. So, if the real pathogen infects you later, you don't notice it. Your white cells produce antibodies very quickly, just as if it was a second infection. They destroy the pathogen before it can harm you. So this is what I was explaining. So if you got the pathogen infection, you will not be sick because these antibodies will destroy it immediately. Smallpox. Smallpox is this disease that you can see in this picture. This was in 70s. They diagnosed this disease and they destroyed it in 70s, and it was really dangerous and deadly disease caused by virus and can cause fever, vomiting and mouth sores, and then it can develop to fluid filled blisters like you can see here in this picture, and it can cause even blindness to people. So they destroyed it by these vaccinations. Smallpox used to kill more people than any other disease. It was wiped out in the 1970s by immunizing millions of people. The last person to catch the disease was very foolish. Why? Because he was scared of needles, so he pretended he had already been vaccinated. He was lucky to survive because this is a deadly disease. Now the vaccine is no longer needed. This pathogen has been destroyed forever because with these vaccination from person to person, so no pathogens resist this vaccine, and all people cured from it. So in this case they said wiped it out or destroyed it. So many people were vaccinated that there was no one left for it to infect. Vaccines are hard to make. So why they are hard to make? Because these can take years and years to make, and these can cost too much money and this can cost a lot of lives if they didn't make it at the right time. The best example that we have in these days is the coronavirus. They couldn't find any vaccination for it, and they are still trying to find a vaccine for this virus, and this virus is taking lives. So if they succeeded to make or to create a vaccine for this virus, this can take years to make large amounts from it, or large quantities of this vaccination or this vaccine, and it will take years just to spread it all over the world. So it can take 20 years and cost billions to develop a new vaccine. We still don't have vaccines for many common diseases. Antibiotics. We heard about something called antibiotics, and we are using it when we feel sick, and the doctors are describing these antibiotics for bacteria. So very important information to know: these antibiotics are not made for viruses. So for this disease or common cold or flu or coronavirus, we cannot find any antibiotics, because these antibiotics are working only on bacteria, not the viruses. So what are these antibiotics? Sometimes white blood cells don't cope with an infection. That means sometimes these blood cells cannot suit or cannot kill or cannot fit an infection, or overcome an infection, or destroy this infection. Bacteria continue to multiply in your tissues. If you are very ill, an antibiotic could save you. They destroy bacteria, but not other pathogens. So here, as I said, these antibiotics can kill or destroy bacteria, but not other pathogens. So if someone had a common cold or flu, they cannot use antibiotics. But even though if you are using these antibiotics, you have to take them carefully, and you have to finish the course. So if the doctor, for example, said you have to take them for 10 days, even if you felt better, don't stop taking these antibiotics, because these antibiotics can kill bacteria, but slowly. It can affect your body after 2 days. It can start the effect of them after 2 days. This plate looks cloudy because there are bacteria growing in it. So this plate called Petri dish. This Petri dish, we have here circles, white clear circles, and we have clear circles, and here we have cloudy areas. We have here small tablets. These small tablets are antibiotics pills, and this cloudy area, these are bacteria growing inside this Petri dish or this plate. But this clear area, this is the clear where the bacteria is dead. So around an antibiotic, the bacteria is dead. The white tablets are antibiotics. They have destroyed all the bacteria in the clear circles around them. Some bacteria are resistant to antibiotics. So what is the meaning of resistant? Resistant, that means they can fight or they can resist some antibiotics. So that's here, as you can see, this pill, okay, this pill, around it you can find a clear area, but this area is much clearer. The circle or the clear circle is bigger. Here the clear circle is smaller, and here is a little bit bigger. So what's the meaning of this? As the circle or as the clear circle getting bigger, that means the antibiotic is killing or destroying more bacteria. But if the clear circle is getting smaller or small, that means the bacteria is resisting. The bacteria is resisting these antibiotics. So here you have different pills of antibiotics or tablets of different types. So they can find which antibiotic is suitable for this bacteria or fit this bacteria. They are not destroyed. So these resistant bacteria are not destroyed. The smaller the clear circle, the more resistant to the antibiotic the bacteria are. If you are given antibiotics, you must finish all the tablets. Even if you feel better, the toughest bacteria are the last to be killed. If these survive and multiply, they will be harder to destroy. So in this case, you will get sick again, but this time it will be worse. It will be much worse because the bacteria they activated again, and the toughest bacteria, which is the strongest ones, they can attack or reattack the body tissues and the body cells, and can destroy or can spread toxic waste in your body. In this case, you will be sick again, but this time, as I said, it will be worse. When old antibiotics stopped working, or the bacteria they became resistant to these antibiotics, scientists used to make new ones. Now they are running out of new ideas to try. So, as here an example, some types of tuberculosis, which is TB, are incurable because the bacteria that cause them can resist every antibiotic we have. So this is the resistance. So even using too much of antibiotics, your body cannot resist the disease by itself. It will depend only on this antibiotic, and in this case your body will be weak against pathogens. So people should not take any antibiotic or immediately after getting sick. They have to give the time for their body to fight against these diseases or these pathogens. Now let's go to the summary of the lesson. Boosting your immunity. Pathogens reproduce very quickly. White blood cells produce different antibodies for each pathogen. Vaccines contain harmless pathogens that make white blood cells produce antibodies. A first infection or vaccination makes you immune to a pathogen because antibodies against it can be made more quickly. Resistant bacteria. Bacteria that are not destroyed by an antibiotic. So this was all about boosting your immunity. Don't forget to write these notes in your notebooks, and if you have any question, write it down. And don't forget the homework, the yellow box. If you have any question, as I said, write it down, and I hope to see you next time very soon, and we will meet in a new lesson. Bye bye.